Imagine this. Your grandpa is dying, and all you want to do is transfer to a school closer to home so he can come and watch you play. He is really sick, and the situation's getting desperate. The NCAA should grant you an immediate waiver, right? They seemingly hand them out to every athlete known to man, so you have nothing to worry about. Since the NCAA can never do anything right, they deny your immediate waiver and make you sit out a year. While you're sitting out, your grandfather passes away, and he never gets to see you play. I followed the story of Luke Ford last year, and I was totally disgusted by the NCAA for being beyond cruel to him. The NCAA has seemingly been handing out waivers like they're candy, but when it actually comes to a situation that makes sense, they drop the ball and do something that literally makes no sense. In today's video, we're going to discuss the sad story of Luke Ford, other kids who have gotten immediate waivers, and my personal opinion on the NCAA when it comes to the transfer policy. But first, if you enjoy videos like this and love college football, then this is the channel for you. I have a ton of cool content planned for this summer, and you should definitely subscribe to the channel. If you want to help spread the injustice of the NCAA, then make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, share this video with your friends, and turn on post notifications, as that will help this video and my channel grow. Now let's get started with the tragic story of Luke Ford. I just want to say that this story deeply disturbs me, and combining that with the Missouri football rogue tutor sanctions, I have little to no respect for the NCAA. Mizzou football got charged with a postseason ban for having one rogue tutor, when a school like UNC can make fake classes for their basketball players and get off like it was nothing. Luke Ford was born and raised in the town of Carterville, Illinois, and his grandfather was the most important figure in his life. He helped Luke get into football and was always there to support him. Eventually, Luke became a high-profile tight end recruit and was getting bigger and bigger offers. Despite Cartersville being a small school, Luke excelled on the field and at multiple camps, and he boasted offers from schools such as Georgia, Alabama, and Oklahoma. At 6'6", Ford had the ability to be both a dominant college and NFL tight end. As the top recruit in Illinois and the number 3 tight end in the country, he decided to move from the small-town life to the college football metropolis of Athens, Georgia, and he committed to the Bulldogs. With Justin Fields and Zamir White also coming in, the Georgia skill position had been significantly upgraded, and the Georgia fanbase already loved Ford. Going into his first year, Luke and the coaching staff determined that the best thing for him to do was to play instead of redshirt. He would go on to play in 9 of the team's 14 games, but he only caught one pass for 4 yards in his college debut. The Bulldogs ended up going 11-3 with wins over number 24 South Carolina, number 9 Florida, and number 11 Kentucky. They lost to number 13 LSU, number 1 Alabama in the SEC Championship game, and number 15 Texas in the Sugar Bowl. Ford didn't do much his first year, but he was expected to take a big jump during his sophomore year. Unfortunately, Luke's grandfather's health had taken a significant hit, and he had not been able to see Luke play. After only 4 months in Athens, he entered his name into the transfer portal, and the Georgia fanbase was shocked. He announced that he wanted to transfer closer to home because he wanted his sick grandfather and other family members to be able to see him play. Illinois football was slightly on the rise going into 2019 and actually made Luke's top 5 coming out of high school. He ended up committing to Lovie Smith and the Fighting Illini, and the fanbase was ecstatic. Luke wanted to play immediately, and he was going to file for an immediate waiver from the NCAA. He originally didn't think he would get one, but after seeing what happened to his former Georgia teammate and other top high school quarterbacks, he started to feel a bit different. Before we talk about Luke Ford's battle with the NCAA, I'm going to go through a list of players who have gotten immediate waivers over the past 2 years. First, let's look at his former Georgia teammate Justin Fields. Apparently, Justin was called a racial slur by a Georgia baseball player, and the NCAA said he was immediately eligible. I understand what the baseball player did was wrong, but I don't understand why that's a reason you shouldn't have to sit out a year. Either way, that case makes a little bit more sense, but the Tate Martell decision was absolutely stupid. Tate was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, and after not having much opportunity at Ohio State, he decided to transfer to Miami. He left a few weeks after Fields transferred in, and he claimed that he should be eligible because of the Urban Meyer and Zach Smith situation. We all know he left because he wasn't going to play, and there was no reason the NCAA should have given him a waiver. Brew McCoy was a big-time recruit, and he could never decide where he wanted to go, so after he settled on USC, he decided to transfer to Texas. He also ended up getting a waiver because Cliff Kingsbury left for the NFL. Finally, let's look at Shea Patterson. He was a top quarterback recruit in his class, and after the NCAA investigated Ole Miss, he claimed he was misled about the investigation and was given immediate eligibility. Again, I'm not sure what that has to do with whether you have to sit out a year or not, but that's what the NCAA did. What do all these kids have in common? They were all 5-star recruits coming out of high school and were headed to big-time money-making programs. I have no issues with these kids playing immediately, but what happened to Luke Ford makes me shake my head at the NCAA and their ridiculous waiver policy. After Luke's first battle with the NCAA, he was denied the hardship waiver and he was told he'd have to sit out the 2019 season. Luke and his family decided to hire an attorney and appeal the ruling, so they went to battle again. The NCAA rubbed the red ink stamp all over it and denied it a second time, just after they denied another player by the name of Brock Hoffman. Brock's mother recently had a brain tumor removed, and he wanted to transfer closer to home at Coastal Carolina so she could see him play. I actually just read about that while making this video, and this makes me even more mad. So now Luke had to sit on the sidelines while his grandfather's health continued to decline, but a movement had been started. The hashtag #FreeLukeFord campaign on Twitter, and at one point it was trending. His coaches at Illinois, teammates at Georgia, and many prominent college football voices took to Twitter to protest the NCAA's decision, and I remember personally tweeting about that myself. Sadly, Luke had to watch as Illinois had their best season in years, which included a thrilling upset win over Wisconsin, a 28-point comeback versus Michigan State, and a trip to the Red Box Bowl against California. Not only did he miss out on football, Luke had to pay the ultimate price for the incompetence of the NCAA, as his grandfather passed away this past February and he never got a chance to see him play in college. At this point, I have no words to describe my anger towards the NCAA, and I cannot imagine how angry Luke and his family were over this. Luke said multiple times that this decision was not about football, and that was clear as day. He transferred away from a starting spot on a national title contending football team to a team that historically finishes near the bottom of one of the weaker divisions in the Power 5. You cannot tell me that was a football move. In a recent study done, 51 of the 64 waivers filed for the 2019 season were granted, and you cannot tell me that many of those other 63 players had a better reason than Luke did. If you're going to deny a kid eligibility for a good reason, then you better just get rid of the waiver system altogether, instead of granting high-profile kids and schools advantages so you can get more money. My opinion on the NCAA has taken a nosedive over the past year, and I am all aboard the one-time transfer rule and the player likeness stuff. I'll be doing a video sometime in the near future about other players who've gotten screwed by the NCAA, and hopefully Luke Ford's story will be used as an example of what not to do. And if you ever do see this video, Luke, be sure to let me know what you think. Overall, today's video was a really sad one, and I apologize for my rants. It's just that this situation greatly angers me, and it's just so unfair. If you want to spread more awareness about this story, then take a moment to hit that like button, drop a comment to show your support, and share this video with your other college football friends. That should help this video get into the YouTube algorithm, and it should help other fans be able to see this. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and check out these other cool videos while you're at it. Until next time though, peace.